Hey everyone, it's your girl Tara Nicole 08. I am back with an update from the Bad Girls initial tweet. Like, the producer or production company tweeted me back and said, yes, come to the audition. And this afternoon, around 1, I want to say. Hold on, let me see. Give me 2 seconds. Why do I look so light? What is going on? Backlight? No. Okay, there we go. I was like, why does it look like that? Let's see. Yeah, I feel like I got a piece of hair on my tongue. At 2:26 p.m., I got a email saying, congratulations, you have been selected to meet with one of our casting directors for the Bad Girls Club Season 9. I will be going on Saturday 29th at 4 p.m. at Club Heaven and Hell, which is in Adams Morgan. I'm not sure unless you're in Maryland or DC, you know where that's at. But it basically tells you to fill out this lovely 60-question form and have that printed and fully completed, and a picture, blah blah blah, a recent candid photograph, copy ID with your date of birth. You must be 21 by February 2012 to apply. So I obviously fit in that category. I'm happy as hell, honestly, because I've always wanted to, be on a reality TV show. I wanted to do Real World or Road Rules. Technically more so Real World, I think. Whichever one does the more physical challenges, because I like physical things and I like to push myself to the extreme to see what I'm capable of really doing. So this application process is, first of all, let me tell you what happened. I was at number 34 out of the 60 questions. I felt so empowered. I was like, oh my god, I'm almost done. Woohoo. And all of a sudden, the computer wanna fucking black out. Like, it just went blank. Like, black screen. Not blue screen. Not the blue screen of blue deaf screen, whatever it's called. The blue screen of death. I didn't have that. It just went blank. Black. That's all it did. And I'm like, oh my god. I'm on the phone with my cousin freaking out. And she's laughing at me because I was telling her I was doing an application. She said she may actually watch the show because she doesn't watch the show. She said if I get on, she's like going to actually watch the show. And I was like, yay, and all this other stuff. And all of a sudden, I'm typing. All of a sudden, I get up, come back, the computer's black. I'm like, what is going on? So I told her I was going to pray to the computer and laptop gods to, revive my lovely computer, my laptop, so I can continue this lovely application process. Because it's really time consuming. Like, some of the questions are like, your regular information, like where do you live, is it your permanent residence, blah blah blah. And then it gets down to the nitty gritty, like what school you went to, where you work at, what makes you a bad girl, how would someone really know you, describe your best traits, worst traits. It asks you if you smoke, what's your biggest scam you ever pulled. I quite frankly think the biggest scam I pulled was making my mom fall in the tub. I don't think it was really a scam. I don't do, big devious things. It's like, do you drink? Do you smoke? Do you smoke marijuana? Is it drug-free policy? Whoop, 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 whoop. And, are you hesitant about is there anyone, boyfriends, girlfriends, relationships? Then it gets down to questions like, what are your thoughts on abortion, people who have different sexual orientations, war in Iraq, blah, 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 the economy, illegal immigration. If you had Aladdin's lamp, what 3 wishes would you want besides for more wishes? What sort of future do you envision for yourself 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road? Like, it's literally like a personality test, and it's really I'm excited as hell. My friend got an email as well. We both said that we were going to go to the auditions on Saturday. I don't know what time hers is. She said that she's filling out the application right now, and I don't have a problem with interracial relationships. I mean, everyone, if you find love, you find love. I just get sick as being a black woman and seeing a black guy with another race. It's kind of a double standard because I rarely see black women with white guys. I personally don't have a problem with it if I dated one. It's just more so, obviously I'm going to do me regardless, but in the back of my mind, I know there's going to be people that's going to judge and be like, oh, there's plenty of black guys out here, good black guys she could have got with. It's the same thing for black women, and it's kind of hard because a lot of, men and women of the African race kind of talk down about each other. Yes, there's a lot of, guys out there that ain't worth 2 shits. but there's also a lot of good guys out there. But for some odd reason, the white women are getting them, or other races are getting them. Like, I work in Annapolis, and I see a hell of a lot of interracial relationships. And it doesn't bother me, but it's these nice-looking guys with these women. Oh, look at my earring. It's shining. Hey. Bang, 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 bang. I don't know how to do it anymore. I don't know what I was doing. But, I saw this guy, and he was so gorgeous to me. I was like, oh, my God, he is handsome as I don't know what. And he walks up by himself, and he was like, can I have two? Because I work at Target in Annapolis, and I work as a barista right now. And he said, can I have 2 tall pumpkin spice lattes? And I'm like, sure. This, that, and the third. I asked him what his name was. And all of a sudden, this white bitch comes walking around from the corner. And she's huge. Like, she's twice the size of him. And I'm thinking in the back of my head, now ain't this some shit? Here is a nice black man who looks decent, who don't have his pants off his ass, and he's with this big fat white woman. I have nothing against white people or any other race, but it was just disgusting to see that. Like, what? I don't understand. Maybe I don't know what it is, but he was not the first black guy with a big white bitch. I shouldn't say bitch, I'm sorry, woman. A big white woman. I just was so sick to my stomach. I'm like, I know, you know, the saying, there's, you know, more cushion for the pushing, but damn, like, they huge. Like, you could get lost in that fat. Like, it was just disgusting. Like, I could fit underneath her back titty. Like, it was disgusting to me. And I was so confused, and I had to tweet about it. I said, I have nothing against interracial relationships, but, I mean, I don't understand. And then when you have kids, you have the, you know, it's odd because I call them the confused ones because, you know, obviously they're biracial, regardless if they're black, white, Puerto Rican, black, whatever. If they're mixed, they're going to be raised in a conflicting, you know, society because they have that 1% blood rule. Like, if you're black anything, if you have 1% black in you, you're considered black. And that's something that dated way back in slavery time, which sucks ass, and it still exists now. But you have a biracial kid, you know, white and black, and growing up, I mean, yeah, they're going to have a cute kid and stuff, but at the same time, you have 2 different lifestyles to live. You have the black parent and you have the white parent. Like, unless the 2 parents obviously can coexist and they don't have too much of a different background and they were raised the same, then it won't be, you know, too conflicting. But for instance, if you have, say, a nice preppy white girl and she gets with some hood rat and they have a child together, like, what is the child going to do? If, I mean, especially if the household itself, the family isn't together, like, what is going to happen? I don't know what would happen. Like, what if what if they have a son? Like, the boy may, you know, the father may say, you need to toughen up and act like a hood rat like him, and he doesn't look like he's supposed to fit that character. Like, he may look like someone named Adam, and like, he's not supposed to fit that, you know, it just doesn't fit right. So, whatever, off of this topic of interracial, I have nothing against it. I don't want you guys thinking that I'm, you know, anti, you know, mutts, as I call them, because I'm a mutt, but I'm not, you know, I'm still black, but I'm different, you know, ethnics and cultures and whatnot, because I have Irish in my family. I have Irish. I guess that's where my alcohol tolerance comes from, that side of the family. I mix something. I know that is in my bloodline. And then we have British in us, so I don't know. You go figure. I'm all jacked up. I'm a mutt. Everyone's a mutt, quite frankly. We all have that one white person in our family somewhere down the line. Or we all have that black person down the line. We're all mutts. It's okay. I have nothing against us. So, I am still filling out this lovely application. I'm excited as hell. Like, I literally screamed, and I took a picture of it and put it on Twitter, and I said, yes, bitches, I'm pressed. I don't give a fuck what y'all have to say. I said I was going to try out, and I got an email back. So, fat out. I told my mom, and she's like kind of iffy because she never watched the show. But actually, she has watched the show, and it was funny because, you know, we're interacting and we're watching one of their fights, and she said, oh, that white girl know how to fight. She said, what was the black girl doing? I said, well, that's Judy, and she said she doesn't know how to fight off buck, so I can respect, you know. She said that she doesn't know how to fight, so it's not like she specifically. My teeth look really white. So she specifically said she doesn't know how to fight, so it's not like she was all bark, no bite type shit. She said that she don't know how to fight, but she wanted to get that bitch out the house, so that's what she did. Huzzy threw the first punch and whooped her ass. And you know what? I amend Judy because she took an ass whooping because she looked like hell afterwards. But I just, I'm not really vindictive and stuff. I mean, if someone is, holding up space, as Stassi says, I believe that they need to go, but I'm not sure about that whole fighting thing. I mean, I probably will end up fighting if I get on there just because I don't like trashy females. And when I say trashy, I'm not talking about the class. I'm talking about how you live. Like, if there's shit on the floor, pick the shit up. If it's in your room, that's fine. But if it's in, the normal quarters of the house where everyone shares, don't do that. That's disgusting. That's trifling. Like, don't leave your dirty underwears in the bathroom and shit like that. That's just really disgusting and kind of disrespectful of everyone else in the house. And one of the actual questions, it says, let me go to it because I actually laughed at this. Because you know what? I had to write my 2 cents in because obviously it asks you to. But it said, where are you? It says, if you were moving into the house with strangers and you were allowed to make up 3 rules of the house, what would they be and why? My first one was, 1, pick your own shit up. Clean up after yourself, basically. The second one is, if there's a fight going on, unless you are there to break it up, don't fucking butt in. I don't know who it was. I forgot who it was in the Bad Girls Club recently. I think it was Tasha. Is it Tasha? I think it was Tasha who threw a couple kicks in at Judy. I'm like, why is this bitch in the fight? First of all, I didn't understand that. But that was the second one, and the third one is, don't talk shit unless you have valid reason or a backup. Like, you can't just run your mouth and don't be about shit. That's stupid. You just look stupid afterwards. If you're gonna run your mouth, be about what you say. So those are my 3 rules in the house. If I had to live with strangers, pick up after yourself. If you're gonna fight like normal people. Don't get jumped by another random bitch. Don't do all that nonsense. Who was that? Somebody just mentioned me on Twitter. And then I just found out that we can't have our phones. And you know what? I noticed that in the episodes, like, they were always on the computer and on the regular house phone. You don't have your cell phone for 4 months. From February 1st to May something, you don't have no fucking, what's the face? What is it called? You don't have your cell phone. So I would have to be communicating, with people on the phone and stuff. And then if I don't get my fucking phone calls, ain't nobody else getting theirs either, unless I'm cool with you. We not starting that. You better write a list. Matter of fact, when I go, if I actually get accepted, I'm going to have that little pad that says messages. And I'm going to let them know I have important people calling me, my mother and them. And if I find out they're not passing the call, all hell's breaking loose. Because that's disrespectful. I worked as an administrative assistant, and I'm used to writing calls down no matter who it was. I don't care if it was God's third cousin trying to get in touch with Joe Dane. I'm going to try to get that message to Joe Dane. Simple as that. That's just disrespectful if you want, if you're expecting a phone call or if someone just randomly calling and check up on you and you don't give them the message. What if someone died? So, I'm excited as hell. I told my mom. She was like, wow. She was excited. She was actually kind of shocked that I got a response back. She was like, I can't believe you got a response back to go for my earring is glistening. Cubic zirconia, bitch. So she was really because she never really fully got into watching the show. She watched it a couple times while we was eating dinner, and she says, I don't understand what this nonsense is. But I told her I've always wanted to get on, one of the shows, the Bad Girls Club or Real World, blah, blah, blah. But it wasn't for, publicity. It's just I want to have the experience. I don't want to be famous. I don't want all that drama. I don't want paparazzi and people all up in my business and judging me what the fuck I do afterwards. I don't need all of that. But I just what I want to gain out of Bad Girls Club is to humble my anger problems, because like my mom said that I'm going to end up blowing her gasket, because when I get upset, I really get upset. Like, I have a tendency to have anxiety attacks. Like, I start hyperventilating, I start sweating, my hand starts shaking like a leaf, and sometimes I black out if I get overly excited. Like, I'll just pass out and that'll be it. So I'm trying to humble myself. Hopefully living with 6 to 7 other females will help me, because I have to learn to, because I don't have a lot of female friends. I have a handful of girls who I, consider my best friends and really close. Other ones I just consider my associates, because I can't really trust them yet. And I want to be able to build relationship with other females in different personality types and backgrounds, and being able to not say cope with it, but be open to it, and you know, being able to coexist with each other without having too much bitterness or attitudes or bitchiness or whatever else you want to call it. So that is my update. I will probably be back on after the audition, because I work in the morning, because I'm picking up a shift. I told everyone I've been working like crazy so I can have a good check for my birthday weekend, which is next week. So I've been busting my ass to do that. And I am going to sign off now, and I'll be back on Saturday after the audition. Bye!